Hey folks, my name is John and you're watching the Forlorn Rambler YouTube channel. I left my home in North Carolina 13 days ago for a trip across the United States. Last week I was in South Carolina. This week I'm in Tennessee. I'm just south of Nashville on the Natchez Trace. Natchez Trace is one of America's oldest transportation routes. Native Americans used it as far back as 10,000 years ago. General Andrew Jackson used it to march his troops to New Orleans in 1812 for the Battle of New Orleans against the British. I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes and let y'all enjoy it. We'll check out the falls when we get to the bottom. I bet you that's a waterfall sometimes too. I bet that one drops some water once in a while as well. I apologize if it's a little shaky. It's a pretty steep hill. Well, here we are at Jackson Falls. Really is pretty. It's amazing how this water eroded out this canyon over thousands or millions of years. Wonder if anybody's ever panned that creek bottom for gold. I'll spare y'all the hike back up. Y'all don't need to hear me huffing and puffing. We're going to drive down the road and see if we can find something else interesting to look at. Let's get out and check out this tobacco barn. That's a mighty big tobacco barn. I wonder how many sheets they could fill when they took it down. All you folks from North Carolina and Kentucky probably know a little bit about tobacco barns, especially for my age. Let's walk inside and see if it smells good. It sure does smell good. That's real tobacco hanging there. Look at how they hung it. They cut the whole stalk. I guess some folks still do it that way. It got mighty hot up there in those rafters. That's what the hangers got paid for. Be up there in the heat. I never had to hang it. I usually cropped it or worked the stringer. It's a pretty amazing barn. When I was a little kid, we used to look for doodlebug holes. Used to have the little song you sang when you look for them. I bet you I can find a doodlebug hole in here. Let me get a stick. There's a pretty big doodlebug hole right there. Let's see if anybody's home. Doodlebug, doodlebug, your house is on fire. Doodlebug, doodlebug, your house is on fire. Well, nobody home in that one. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. Let's head on down the trace and see what else we can find. a white truck. Well, Misty, my silver Tacoma, she just couldn't get the job done pulling that trailer. I hated to see her go. And I guess since the Lone Ranger rode a white horse named Silver, I'm going to call this Ford F-250 Silver from now on. Hey folks, I hear another waterfall. Let's go check it out. There's a little one right there, but I don't think that's what they're talking about. Let's look at the creek though. I sure am glad we had a sunny day today. It's been raining for the last, shoot, I don't know, 5 or 6 days. But the sun came out for us today. There it is, folks, waterfall. We'll go down and see if we can get a better look. Be right back. That's a little better view, but there's another platform down there. Might get a better look from there. Let's go check it out. That's pretty treacherous looking right there. I think I can walk down it though. Might get a little bumpy, but I won't leave the camera on. Start a YouTube channel, they said. It'll be easy, they said. Oof. Save. Oh, here's the waterfall. Here's what we're here to see. Now that's what we came for. That's a pretty one too. Let's check it out. Let's get on down the road to the next one. I don't know if y'all can read that sign or not, but it says Meriwether Lewis death and burial site. When I got here, I wondered what in the world Meriwether Lewis was doing here and what happened. We'll find out here in a minute. Well, I hope y'all can see me all right. We're losing the light quick because the time changed last night. So Meriwether Lewis, of Lewis and Clark fame, was made the governor of northern Louisiana by President Jefferson as a reward for that successful expedition. And in 1806, he was traveling back to Philadelphia to meet with the president when he met his untimely demise along this part of the trail right here. He stopped at an inn called Grinder's Stand. About all that's left of that is some foundation blocks, but we'll check them out in a minute. Right up here is where Meriwether Lewis was buried. We'll check that out too. I hope y'all can read that. We're losing the light really quick now. Y'all can pause it and read it if you can. Let's go over and check out the monument. So this monument was erected in the form of a broken column. A broken column signifies a life cut down too early. Meriwether Lewis was 35 when he died. On the other side, there's an inscription. You can't really read it, but it's from President Jefferson, and it says, "His courage was undaunted, His firmness and perseverance yielded to nothing but impossibilities. A rigid disciplinarian, yet tender as a father of those committed to his charge. Honest, disinterested, and liberal, with a sound understanding and scrupulous fidelity to truth. It's getting pretty dark, but here's what's left of Grinder's stand. Some foundational stones of some kind. Maybe it was the fireplace hearth, or might be the top of a cellar. But in this yard right here, there would have been sleeping quarters and a kitchen. And in 1806, Meriwether Lewis lost his life here. Trace is right over there along those wooden fences. That old tree right there might have been here. It's still disputed how Meriwether Lewis met his end. Trace certainly had bandits, and some folks say he was robbed and shot. Some folks say it was suicide. He was on the way to Philadelphia to talk to President Jefferson about some debts he had accrued in Louisiana. What's for certain is it's a tragic end for an American hero. I imagine it looked pretty similar to this. Well, it's getting dark and we're losing the light. And I need to get back to the house. Thanks for joining me today. We saw some cool waterfalls anyway. This part of the country is real pretty. If you get a chance, I recommend it. I recommend coming down here and checking it out. My next stop's Arkansas. A couple days I'll be in Arkansas. We'll see what Arkansas has to offer then. Once again, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you can. Sure does help. Y'all have a good night.